Hello, beloved. It's Glennis again, God's girl. This week, I wanted to keep it a little light because last week was a little bit heavy for me. Um, we're talking about encounters with angels and joking with the Lord, and that I'll explain what that means in a minute. So the first encounter I can remember having with an angel, and like no angel has ever come to me and said, "Thus saith the Lord." Nothing Old Testament like. But I shortly after my brother's death, after I had returned back to Florida and back to school, had a sorority party to attend. I had gone to the party and it was pretty late when it was time to go home. And a friend of mine said, "Well, come spend the night at my house." I was like, "No, I think I can make it home." And so she and I were riding down the highway together. I was behind her, and apparently I dozed off, and I woke up just before I hit the wall. She was in front of me, so she really couldn't even really warn me. She was blowing her horn, but obviously I didn't hear it. I don't know what woke me up, short of God. And when I finally pulled up next to her, we stopped, and she was like, "That's it. You're coming to my house. This doesn't make any sense." And I said, "No, trust me. That woke me up, and I'm up. I can make it home. I live maybe about 20 minutes past her, and I will never forget that." The rest of the way home, because I figured I'll just roll my windows down, turn on some music real high or what have you. But the rest of the way home, there literally was an angel floating in front of my car. I don't even know how to explain it. It literally was just it. I could see it just floating there. Didn't look at me. Didn't interact with me at all. But it stayed there in front of my car until I got home. That'll keep you awake. Next encounter I had with an angel years later. I was a teacher. I lived about 22 miles away from the school where I worked, and I had overslept. Didn't realize it, but I was asleep. Now, I never sleep with the covers over my head, but I'm assuming this was a playful angel because the covers literally kept hitting me in my face. They just kept coming up, and I finally get it. This is in my sleep, and I finally got mad. Like, who is messing with me? And I woke up, realized there had been a power surge in the middle of the night, and that my alarm clock did not go off because of the power surge. It was just blinking 12 o'clock. And there is no worse feeling in the world than being a teacher and realizing you have a class of fourth graders sitting in a class waiting for you and nobody knows where you are. So it was very, very late when I got there, but I just like that those were the two angel encounters that I had. Now, like when I say joking with God, I talk to God all day long. That whole prayer without ceasing thing. I don't even look at it necessarily as prayer half the time. It is literally me just having a conversation with a friend, which I think is an ultimate goal. Anyhow, when I first moved back to Florida after leaving North Carolina, I got here, I was very trepidatious about finding a church because I grew up in the South. I know, the black churches over here, white churches over there, and I just did not want that again. I just wanted a good Bible based church, regardless of color. Had visited quite a few churches, nothing really wrong with any of them. They just didn't, nothing was hitting my spirit right. And I was joking in the car with the Lord one day, and I was like, why can't you just hit me with a bolt of lightning when I get to the right place? A friend of mine at work at the time said, "Oh my gosh, I found this great church. You gotta go." And I went on a Wednesday night to check it out. Went crazy overdressed. I mean, not like crazy like me, but it was such a laid back church that I felt very overdressed there. Um, Got there, I at the end of the service, nothing special about the service. Didn't know most of the songs. It was great, good service. Don't remember what the preacher preached on. At the end of the service, they asked people to come up to the altar if you desired prayer. Well, I was determining or trying to decide whether I was going to divorce my husband at the time or not. So I wanted to seek the Lord about that. So I went up, prayed with this lady, Miss Linda, and she prayed for me. And at the end of it, she said, "I don't know if this is going to mean anything to you, but when you walked up to me, there was a cloud over your head. And as I was praying for you, a bolt of lightning hit you." She said it was so strong that I felt it in my hands. Now, I didn't feel anything, And I just started laughing, and she said, I don't know if that means anything to you. And I said, I do. I'm home apparently. And so wound up being at that church for several years until I left Florida. My pastor at the time used to love that story, but I just thought that was very interesting, just joking with the Lord, and he does what you ask. Recently, I know I shared with you all I had just gotten a promotion at work. So I asked around a couple of people that had gotten the same promotion. Like, I knew that there was a raise involved, but I was like, hey, how much money can I expect? And I had heard a couple of different figures, and I was happy with the high end at that point. Like, oh, okay, I can live with that. And I remember just just a conversation, just in an aside to the Lord, just saying, that's a good figure, but wouldn't it be great if it was this? And I like told him a specific number. And then I was like, we both know, that's not gonna happen. I wasn't asking. I literally was just making the comment, like, as an aside. And when I got my offer letter, not only was it that figure, it was a little bit more. And I was like, nobody but you, God. I know that's all you. I mean, I just love the way that he reveals himself to you. So everything doesn't have to be these big, huge Pharisaical prayers and everything. I just, he is so able to do abundantly above what we can ask, think, or imagine. And look, I tell you, cry all the time, getting teary eyed just thinking about it, because it is just so awesome how he operates. And if you just like literally just say, that was not like a, oh Lord, I want you to please help me to make this much money. It wasn't even that. I literally would have been content with the raise that I had thought that I was getting. And quite frankly, the raise that I got was 3 times more than the higher end of the figure that I had been given. Actually, more than 3 times more, because I don't even know. Like I said, I don't even know what to say. If you have not listened to Pastor Mike's message on the upgrade about the Holy Spirit today, this is day 1 of that new sermon series. Please go and listen to it. I don't know if I know enough technologically about this just yet to add the message to this, attach the message. I'm going to check it out to see if I know how to do it. If I can, I will attach the message. If I can't, go to transformationchurch.com. You can find it there, or look them up on YouTube. Great, great, great message. As much as I think I know, I learned so much today myself. So I'm going to try to keep it like the next couple of weeks. The Holy Spirit has actually already given me what I'm supposed to talk about next week. So I will see you all in a week. Stay blessed. Peace.